2023 has seen the worst of blackouts. And while there have been lower stages of power cuts recently, the country is still not out of the woods just yet. Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa has gone back to visit several power stations to assess progress. His first visit was to Arnot Power Station, and Ramokgopa says the energy availability factor has declined. eNCA's Heidi Giokos has the details.
The Minister of Electricity is back visiting power stations across the country. He did this earlier this year, but has decided to come back and see what's the progress, if at all.
The first visit was really a diagnostic report, just to understand the nature of the problem, how it manifests itself at the station level, from one generation unit to the other. And on the back of that, I was able to generate a consolidated report presented to Cabinet on the necessary interventions, and some of which includes the delayed decommission of some of these power stations. Now we are back to do two things. First, to express our appreciation on behalf of Cabinet, the fact that the men and women of ESCOM have made a considerable contribution to ensure that we come out of the winter period relatively unscathed compared to our projections of the worst case scenario.
Arnot Power Station has seen a decline in its performance since March.
Although the performance at an aggregate level, the 14 power stations were getting closer to about 60%. On the 20th of October, in fact, we reached a high of about 62% after a period of about 2 years. But that hides the underperformance of some of those power stations. Like for an example, here in Arnot, we are below that average. When I came here the last time, the EAF, the performance of these units were at 54%. There's been a deterioration of 6 percentage points. So the next question to ask, what led to this deterioration? They raised the issue of the boiler tube leaks. Okay, what are we doing about them? They shared with me what is it that we are doing.
And while we are not out of the woods just yet, Minister says strides are being made. The SANDF are still here at the power station. A decision was taken for the presence of the army, especially after cases of sabotage, corruption and fraud were reported. Heidi Giokos, Middelburg in Mpumalanga.